So on the 7th of February 2024, Dr. Farouk Abubakar, the Registrar of Nursing and Midwifery Council Board of Nigeria, decided to take laws into his hands by conniving with the demonic politicians of Nigeria. Yes, this is pure politics. This has nothing to do with professionalism. This is pure politics. So he came up with what he called the reverse agenda. Now, the reverse agenda, according to him, in this reverse agenda, as from the statement he issued on the 7th of February, from the 1st of March, you, as a registered nurse in Nigeria, will not have a right to apply to do verification in any foreign country. So, if you want to apply to do any verification, you need to meet certain criteria. And the first of the criteria is that you must have graduated for 2 years and have a 2 years post-work experience, right? And it just baffles me that this man thinks this is the most important thing to nursing in Nigeria as a profession at this time and season. There are so many quackeries. There are so many schools where students are having like very poor learning conditions. They are learning under very difficult conditions. And this man, at this point of the time, at this time and age, thinks that what he can do for nurses now is to infringe into their rights. So, that's the first one. You must have a 2 years post-work experience before you will be eligible to apply. And of course, he did state that you have to pay a non-refundable fee, as if we've ever had a refundable fee as nurses whenever we pay to NMN and Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. We've never. So then the other condition is that you will now have to, this is the one that is turning my brain. It's turning my brain. You, as a nurse that wants to travel out of Nigeria, you will now have to go and get a letter of good standing. You will have to go and get a letter of good standing from your chief medical director. Go and tell your chief medical director, I want to travel abroad. And he thinks that when the chief medical director knows that you are leaving the facility when everywhere is short staff, he will now give you, indeed, letter of good standing, right? And the other one is stated is that, apart from the first one, is that you'll be like 2 years post-work experience. The second one, you will need a letter of verification from your college of nursing, and that the processing time now is not going to be 1 week, it's not going to be 2 weeks, it's not going to be 3 weeks, it's going to be minimum of 6 months. Minimum of 6 months. You know, minimum of 6 months. You know, when somebody tells you 6 months in Nigeria, you should be looking at maybe a year, 18 months or 2 years. So I don't even know what made this man to wake up and say, oh, this is the way forward for nurses now. This is the plan I have for nurses. And this is going to make nursing better in Nigeria. The thing that needs to be fixed needs to be fixed. Quacks are everywhere. They've brought down the nursing profession. Doctors are training quacks every day. You know, hospitals are being opened even by quacks. There are so many quacks that own hospital in Nigeria, and no checks and balance is being done on them. And this man, Dr. Farouk, just woke up and thought he could infringe the rights of nurses. No, this is not going to happen. Nurses are being abused every day as they do their due diligence to make sure that people are healthy. They are being abused by patients, by relatives, and nothing is being done, no advocacy for nurses. There was a case where a nurse got injured. He could not afford to pay the bills for her treatment, to do MRI. And the hospital where she worked and had the injury would not do it for her. That's not a grant for advocacy, Dr. Farouk. That's not a grant for advocacy. That's not what you should be doing, right? You know what? There are so many students who are studying in a very poor condition, trying to become nurses. And after they graduate, you dictate to them what they're going to do with their license. Right now, you can't dictate, you can't advocate for them. But once they graduate, you will now come and dictate for them. Nurses, student nurses are suffering. Yes, student nurses are suffering. Even nurses are suffering at their places of work. They don't have equipment to work. They don't have enough staff. They are seeking greener pastures somewhere else. And you said you're going to be the demon on their way. You're going to be their Pharaoh. What happened to Pharaoh in the Red Sea? Pharaoh and his agent will happen to you and all your political agent that has sent you. If you don't desist from this nonsense you are doing. What happened to Pharaoh? Go and read your Bible. Or go to Egypt and ask the Egyptian what happened to them. You will get drowned in this political saga you are going to put yourself into. So please, let's not keep quiet. If you are in anywhere in Nigeria, you can go for this rally that they are going to go for next week. Please do. And if you can't go, please use your social media platform. Tag ICIN. Tag WHO. Tag UN. Tag any organization that you know. Yes, a lot of people are saying that we should go legal. My question is, who are those legal people that we are going to? Who are the lawyers? This is not the same lawyers that went to judge the fate of our election that they stole, that they were all sleeping, that they pre-planned case before it was even judged. Are they not the same lawyers we are going to employ? Which lawyer in Nigeria? Which lawyer? The judiciary system of our country, is this still trustworthy? I don't know. But anyhow we can do it. Please, let's not let this happen. Let's not let this happen. Let's fight this fight. We can do it. We can do it, nurses. Great nurses, great Nigerian nurses. Continue to do what you're doing and do not allow this to stand. All right. Continue to stand strong, stay strong. And I want to advise anybody that wants to travel out to start working now, because this will not be in effect until March 1st. This is not going to be in effect until March 1st. So it's not going to take effect until March 1st. So start Start applying, put your application in process. While we are fighting, do the ones you can do. Put your application through, because they said any application that is there before the 1st of March will be processed in the old way. So if you ever have the mind of coming abroad, please start your process now if you can. Start your process. Just apply to any apply to any province in Canada. Yes, I'm in Canada. If you want me to guide you, I can guide you right. Apply to any province in Canada that will require verification, and start your verification process. While we are fighting, let's do what we can do. You've got these nurses. You've got this. You've got these great Nigerian nurses. Love you. Bye. Come on, get up, stand up.